Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 15 VLC shortcuts you must know. No matter what kind of software or programs you use on your computer, knowing keyboard shortcuts will make your life so much easier and save you a ton of time. And VLC Player is no different, especially if you're like us who prefer to use our keyboards rather than our mouses to work. Today we're going to be going over 15 keyboard shortcuts for VLC to improve your speed and experience. First, if you're not familiar, VLC Player is a free media player for Windows and Mac operating systems. A lot of people prefer to use VLC because it supports almost every single format of audio and video and can play them all almost no matter where it comes from. This incredibly powerful program is also free, which is why so many people love it, and not only can it just play back video and audio, it also has the ability to download, stream, convert, edit, and a bunch of other built-in features and adjust your videos or audio however you want. We definitely recommend using VLC Player on your computer if you're having trouble playing any old file types or any other file types. If it's coming up with pop-ups saying please select the right program to play this, most likely VLC will be able to play anything you give it. As you may have guessed, VLC is quite the program and contains a lot of amazing features. And almost every important feature inside of the program, whether it's the play button, fast forward, and a bunch of other features, they each have a keyboard shortcut. We can use these keyboard shortcuts, change them to our liking, or just use the default values, and these will allow us to, in one or two buttons, do something more complex inside of the interface. And as you'll see today, these keyboard shortcuts will make just basic everyday tasks and complex tasks more simple, saving us a ton of time. I briefly mentioned in the beginning that keyboard shortcuts are basically there to improve your life and make things a lot easier or get access to things that are deep inside of menus much quicker. If you look at any experts or masters in any programs, they're always going to be the kind of person that uses keyboard shortcuts because this both saves them time and lets them focus on more of the artistic side of things, and it also allows them to access things that they wouldn't normally have access to with just navigating the standard menus. And shortcuts really do allow you to spend more time on what you're really there to do. Whether you're watching video, editing it, or doing anything else, it's going to allow you to really focus in on what you're wanting to do. So without further ado, let's get into the 15 must-know shortcuts for VLC. Number 1 is the play and pause shortcut. We can just hit the space bar on our keyboard to either pause or resume playing it. Some people still go down here and click on the play and pause button, but it's so much easier to just press the space bar and then have that easily done for you. 2. Full screen and window mode. Sometimes you may want to view your video in full screen, and instead of having to navigate to some menu or button to find how to full screen, we can simply hit the F key and it will then turn it into full screen for us. And if you ever want to go back to the previous windowed mode you were in, simply hit the F key again and it will return to that. 3. Changing the aspect ratio. The aspect ratio is the ratio between the width and the height of your image, and basically we can use the A shortcut to change the aspect ratio to something different. Like this is a standard aspect ratio where we have these bars on the left and right side, and different aspect ratios will fit different types of screens, different types of media, and some of them are certain presets used in different film types. So each one will give you a different stretch and a different amount of black bars on either side, and you can go through and change and cycle through these aspect ratios with the key A. 4. Change zoom mode. You can simply change the zoom mode of your windowed playing video by hitting the Z key. As you can see, we can switch between the different options, whether it's double, quarter, half, or the original zoom. 5. Fast forward slow. We can do this by hitting the Alt key and the left or right arrows, and this will skip forward or backwards 10 seconds depending if you hit the back arrow or the forward arrow. And you can see there's a time indicator to let you know the new time that it's navigated to. 6. Fast forward medium. This is the next step up, and instead of using the Alt arrow keys left and right, we use Ctrl left and right, which as you can see by the time indicator will go forward and backwards by 1 minute. So this will really allow you to go forward a lot further or backwards a lot further if you're watching something much longer. 7. Fast forward long. The last type of fast forward is to hold down Ctrl Alt and the left or right arrows to go back and forth 5 minutes. Now in my particular case, my video is not quite that long, but if you ever need to go forward or backward that far, just hit Ctrl Alt left arrow or right arrow. 8. Increase and decrease the volume. If If you ever need to adjust the volume of the video you're actually playing, you can hit the Ctrl and up or down arrows to go up in 5% increments. Oftentimes you can use your mouse and scroll, but if you're unable to access your mouse or unable to click down here to adjust the volume, you can use the keyboard shortcut to go up and down in little increments. 9. Mute player. Sometimes you just want to get rid of the audio altogether, and if you don't have access to your mouse, this can also be difficult. So the keyboard shortcut to mute all of our audio is to hit the M key, and as you can see, it will now display whether we have volume or if the speaker is muted. So just hit the M key to toggle between those. 10. Adjust audio and video effects. There are a ton of built-in effects, as we kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, inside of VLC. To access these while you're playing your video or audio, hit Ctrl E, and this will bring up all of your audio effects, video effects, and synchronization. You can then go in and adjust any of the properties you want based on the built-in controls, and then click on Close or Save them. 11. Check time. If you ever want to display how much time has passed or how much time is left in your clip or audio you're watching, just hit the T key and it will appear up here in the top right corner for a few seconds. You can see the current time we're at and the current time remaining for the total clip. 12. Play faster or play slower. If you ever want to just briefly adjust the speed of playback, you can hit the minus and plus keys to cycle from 1x speed, or we can go faster to 3x speed or even more, or we can slow it down with the minus key to give it a slow motion effect. 13. Switch to next or previous item in a playlist. If you're playing a bunch of files in a playlist inside of VLC, you can easily use a shortcut to go backwards to the previous item or go to the next item. This is actually pretty simple. To go to the next item, you hit the N key, N for next of course, and to go back to the previous clip, hit P for previous, and this will cycle through the various items in your VLC playlist. 14. Stop playback. If you ever just want to close the file out of VLC and completely stop it rather than just pausing it, what we can do is hit the shortcut, and as you can see, this will load the default VLC view and close our video. 15. Hide and unhide controls. Sometimes the controls can kind of get in your way while you're working, or you might see too many, so one way we can cycle them to be on or off is just to hit the Ctrl H shortcut, and as you can see, that will expand our video to the full length and even give us a little bit more resolution. So you can cycle between these with Ctrl H. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Those are 15 VLC shortcuts you must know. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.